Jane Fonda has been a fixture in American life for more than 50 years. Often controversial, but never dull, Fonda has written a new book out tomorrow called Primetime, in which she digs deep down into her own life at 73 and why she believes she's happier now than she's ever been. Tonight, the two-time Academy Award winner on regrets, forgiveness, and learning to laugh. This is what Jane Fonda calls her prime time. We caught up with her at her New Mexico ranch. It's hard to believe she's now 73. But not only does she not mind it, she says she's rather enjoying it.
I was about 68 and I said, I'm inside oldness now. And it's not scary at all. I've never been happier.
Her dance partner is Richard Perry, her boyfriend of the past 2 years.
I could never have been with him earlier.
Why?
Because I needed a man to validate me. The 3 men I married were alpha men. Richard is an extremely successful music producer. He's not what I call an alpha male.
Alpha male or not, he has helped her find true intimacy, she says, and in the process she's come to a new understanding of those other alpha males from her past, including her third ex-husband, who we just missed when we arrived at Perry's house high in the Hollywood Hills.
Ted Turner spent the night here last night.
Right, with his girlfriend.
How does that work?
We're not in love, but we love each other. He taught me so much, especially humor. How many men have you been sexually active with?
What?
That many, huh? If I could be good in Monster-in-Law, it's because I spent 10 years with Ted.
By age 60, she says, she'd started thinking about what she wanted from the third act of her life. That led her to write this new book, Primetime, in which she mixes her own journey into old age with the latest science about it and a healthy dose of self-help.
One chapter that is called The Lowdown on Getting It Up in the Third Act. I love that title.
She says she was amazed to discover the joy she's experiencing at this stage of her life is not that unusual.
Most people over 50 are happier, and it seems counterintuitive.
So if someone gave you a special ticket and said you can go back to being 20, would you take it?
No. Yeah, I would if I could go back knowing what I know now. Would I have a life?
Still, by all accounts, what a life it has been. The daughter of the legendary film actor Henry Fonda. Her own acting career took off in the 1960s with flashy roles like Barbarella.
We must fly back to my spaceship.
But by the 1970s, it was clear she was more than sexy. She'd won 2 Academy Awards for her roles in Clute.
Oh, you're so nice.
And Coming Home.
I'm gonna miss you.
But her most meaningful role may well have been this one.
I don't even know him.
On Golden Pond, where she appeared alongside Katharine Hepburn and her own father as a daughter yearning for his love.
I want to be your friend.
I know that you really tried with your father. I mean, Golden Pond was really your tribute to him.
I knew he was dying and I wanted to make a film with him, but it was so close to the way it really was.
For Jane, the film was a painful echo of reality.
He was critical of you, too.
He was very, very critical. As I became an adolescent, I was fat. I wasn't really fat, but he let me know that I wasn't good enough physically. And, that's hard.
That criticism helped lead to 20 years of eating disorders. She admits it's been tough to reflect on some of the darker parts of her past, but deems it critical for happiness now. She calls it a life review, something she recommends to everyone approaching their 60s. Examining her relationship with her mother was especially difficult.
I knew she didn't love me, and...
You knew she didn't love you?
Yes, I knew she didn't love me.
Her mother committed suicide when Jane was only 12. It wasn't until she began her life review that Fonda obtained her mother's medical records. She was stunned.
I discovered she'd been sexually abused by the piano tuner. In that second, I knew everything. I knew everything.
If you could have her back.
Oh, I would put my arms around her. I would be able to forgive her and to tell her, how I understand. And I think my father, I told my father before he died, but you know, I feel their presence. I do. And so they know. And I'm comforted by that.
This Fonda, the wounded one, doesn't seem to be the same strident, confident Fonda who led those protests against the Vietnam War.
Because the American protesters are holding out the last hope.
And that brings us to what she says is one of her biggest regrets. This photograph, taken in 1972, of Fonda posed atop a North Vietnamese anti-aircraft gun.
I still say, Fonda, stay away.
It launched a wave of outrage and a painful nickname, Hanoi Jane.
I'd lose an arm. I would lose an arm if I could take that back. Because it sent a message that has nothing to do with me, that I will live with forever and I will regret forever.
Perhaps it is the things she cannot change that helps animate her zest for the things she can. Little surprise, perhaps, that the queen of the workout video is up to some of her old tricks.
It's always better to work out with somebody handsome, right?
Yeah, right. Making fitness videos now for other people in their prime time.
Get into it now. I'm like almost falling over, and people like that.
And it's vital, she says, to try new things.
That's it.
Hence, tennis.
Reach. Wow.
She took up the game only recently.
I just want to say how humble I am that I'm letting you film me. This is my second lesson.
Second lesson.
Right?
You've mastered everything else.
You look great.
I'm very happy. It takes a village. I'm sitting here in front of a camera. I've spent an hour and a half having someone put makeup on me and do my hair. And there's a filter on the camera. And there's beautiful lighting. And without all that, I don't look that great. When all of that goes away, I still look good for my age, but I don't look great.
So what's next for the resilient Fonda? Is retirement in the picture? Hardly.
I'm ambitious, but I don't feel competitive.
One more Oscar, one more something, one more big thing. No?
I'm ambitious. Would I like another Oscar? You bet your boopy, yeah, I'd like another Oscar. But I don't feel competitive. I am what I am.